there was a request for hearing. Okay, I'm showing what was filed with the court on or about July 21st. This is the request for hearing that was signed by Mr. Rasmussen, stating that the reason for the hearing will be that the amount is too much, did not take into consideration the debt that I owe. I have a family to provide for. It is my understanding, based on the conversations with the CSO, that there's an additional issue that the parties have. The primary thing the state wants to do is to make sure we can actually hear this. The state is contending that the hearing be limited to the amount of child support review. I'm sorry, the child support that's ordered from the review process. But the parties also are in disagreement with the conservatorship determination inside the CSRO. So the state is wanting the court to rule on whether we can also handle the issue for conservatorship, or we will limit this hearing to just the amount owed.
Out for the conservatorship issue as well. So we'll just hear the income, which is going to set the support obligations, and conservatorship.
That is my understanding. Yes, Your Honor.
Call your first witness.
Okay, the state calls Ms. Tame. Ms. Tame, what is your full name?
Natalie Tame.
Oh, Tame. I'm sorry. I heard Tame. Ms. Tame, what is the full name of the child in this case?
Her full name is Nayara Lisbeth Tame.
You cut out there for me. I'm sorry. Is it what was the full name of the child?
Nayara Lisbeth Tame.
Okay. Were you present in the child support review process that occurred in this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you participated in that process? Correct?
Yes, sir.
What are you asking the court to
Correct.
enter in this case?
Regarding the child support amount, is just to follow the Texas guidelines and to obtain the sole conservatorship.
Okay. Why are you asking for sole managing conservatorship?
Reason being is that Jaden has not been involved in the baby's life at all since I had found out that I was pregnant. We had tried like sending updates, we've sent ultrasounds and stuff, and he ended up blocking my sister and me, so we haven't had any way to get in contact with him regarding about the baby. And he hasn't provided at all as well since she was born.
What other reasons do you have, if any, for asking the court to enter sole managing conservatorship in this order?
That would basically just be it, just to be able to cover all of the baby's expenses and all of her needs.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Rasmussen, do you have any questions of Ms. Tame?
No, ma'am.
Call your next witness, Mr. Cobble.
The state calls Mr. Rasmussen.
Yes.
Mr. Rasmussen, what's your full name?
Jaden Tristan Rasmussen.
What's the full name of the child in this case?
Nayeli Lisbeth Tame.
And who's the father of the child in this case?
I am.
Did you participate in the child support review process that was done in this case?
Yes, sir.
That process reviewed aspects of your income during that time, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and they reviewed what specifically did they review in determining your income for this case?
From what I recall, she had pulled up online what I make in my job, including two other incomes, which is my BAH and my BAS, due to me being military. She added all those up, which kind of didn't seem right to me. I've been doing a lot of research on it. I use the BAH and my BAS to take care of my family that I have now, my wife and my daughter. And then also for my son when he comes over to visit, all his needs as well.
Okay, what, and you said you're still getting, to be clear here, you're still getting BAH, which is the basic allowance for housing, correct?
Yes, for since I'm married and have a daughter full time, that's the money that the Army gives me to take care of my wife and my daughter.
Okay, and you're still receiving the basic allowance for subsistence, also known as BAS, correct?
Yes,
Okay. How many years of service have you been in the service?
11.
And what is your current rank?
Sergeant E5.
E5. Okay. And that is what was used to calculate your gross monthly income, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What pay stubs or paychecks did you provide to the CSO, to the child support officer during that process?
I didn't have my LES at that time. I do have it here now. I do have it pulled up. Just I didn't have it at that time.
Okay. With your um with your current income, are you making more than and we're talking just about the service related pay? Now we're not including the BAH or the BAS in this. For your current pay stub, is it showing you receiving more than the $4,395.30 that was determined to be your cumulative pay for 10 years of over 10 years of service and at an E5 level?
No, it's still the 4,395.
Okay, so it's still that amount. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Uh, what are you asking in terms of conservatorship in this case?
Well, since I am here now, I've talked to a lot of my career counselor and a lot of them to cancel my assignment. I was supposed to go overseas and be stationed in Germany. I talked to them about canceling my order so I could stay here stateside to make it easier to be part of my daughter's life. I think with being part of her life now, I should have at least a say in some of the conservative stuff that, medical and all that stuff. Um, I'm taking that chance now. Granted, I wasn't part of the baby's life for the first 6 months. I never got a word from anybody. She has been in communication with my father, talking to him, sending updates and all that stuff, but has yet to ask him when she needs help to ask me for help. My dad has been basically the middle person between the both of us, but she hasn't yet asked him to ask me for help to get anything like diapers, formula, or whatever the baby needs, which I've told my father I'm more than willing to put my differences aside and help out when it comes to the baby. I just need to know and need that communication.
Okay. What what medical insurance is currently in place for the child in this case?
Right now is in Texas Medicaid.
Ms. Tame, so these questions are just for Mr. Rasmussen. Okay, so
I'm
if we
sorry.
need to call, if we need to ask you any more questions, we will recall you as a witness. But currently, Mr. Rasmussen, I know there may be something else out there, but the non-agreed order in calculating your child support, we need to take into consideration, some certain things such as medical support and dental support obligations for insurances. So is that available? Is any health insurance available through your employer, the Army, for the child in this case?
Yes, I just need to have my name on her birth certificate so that way I can put her into DEERS under me. She would have TRICARE. For dental, even though they don't take care of civilians on post, that she would have to find a dentist off post, which is what I have for my daughter now. And they take that from my pay because I got to pay for it. It's only like $11 a month, but she would be covered, and it would be through me, and she wouldn't have to worry about paying Medicaid or any of that stuff because the Army does provide TRICARE, and it takes care of families like me, my wife, my daughter, and my other daughter.
Okay, and I want to be clear here, right? Because you said there might have been a cost. So let's start for TRICARE for the medical side. Is there a cost associated with TRICARE medical?
No.
Okay, so
If-
that's
if-
zero.
Yeah, as long as I put her on my TRICARE Prime, she'll be perfectly fine. There won't be any cost.
Okay, and now is your testimony right now saying that there is a cost for the TRICARE dental?
Yes, I pay $11.72 for my daughter to go to the dentist and get her teeth checked and seen. So I would probably be paying a little bit more when I add her on there. I'm not sure. I have to talk to TRICARE themselves and find out what the cost would be. But yeah, there is a cost.
So, and I want to make sure we're absolutely clear here. Are you talking about a copay when you take your child to the dentist, or something that comes out of your check each month for dental TRICARE?
It comes out of my check each month.
Okay, and that cost you said is $11?
For my daughter, yes. I don't know how much it would be with adding my other daughter.
Okay, would you expect it to be like, is there a reason it would be more than $11 for a separate child?
It would probably be the same amount, the $11, which putting both together would be about over $20, but that still comes out of my check.
Okay, pass the witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Tame, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Rasmussen, you mentioned a son. Do you have a son also?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Is he under the age of 18?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you ordered to pay child support or support him?
Yes, ma'am, I am. I pay $677 a month, but with
Okay.
back pay, it's an extra 100, so I pay over $700 a month for him.
Understood. So you have one child that's before the court, your daughter, and you
Mhm.
testified you have another daughter residing with you, and you also have a son.
Yes, ma'am.
So total children, 3, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm looking at the order. It doesn't seem like you were given credit for another child. I could be wrong.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll direct you to page 7. He's put at 16%.
So he was not given credit for 2 other children.
It would be 2 because one child would be 17.5%.
He was given credit. Okay, perfect. Also, Mr. Rasmussen, the income that shows on the child support review order that's proposed to the court, the income that is being reported, is that accurate, or was it an inaccurate amount that was reported?
Are you bringing up like the 900 and I think it was like 50 something?
Right, not the child support obligation, what your gross income was or is being reported. Like right now, it says here, your gross monthly income is $6,681.25. Is that correct? That's without any taxes. That's without anything.
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
That is correct. Okay.
Mhm.
All righty. Okay, Mr. Calvin.
Yes, Your Honor. So at this point, the state is requesting the court take judicial notice and enter into evidence the investigative report that's attached at the end of the non-agreed CSRO that details how, well, not how, but details that the review of the income that was done by the child support review officer that was signed on 7/17 be entered into evidence and support the calculations that were arrived in inside the order and enter that into evidence as well. And the state's ready for recommendations.
Okay, so you want to enter into evidence the investigative report that is attached as an exhibit?
Correct, as Exhibit A.
Okay, does anybody have any objections with the investigative report? It is, I believe, number 30.
I'm trying to get.
Let's see. I can't really see the number of it. I don't have an exhibit labeled to it, but I think it's number 30 or 31 of the petition.
It actually, Your Honor, it's probably more accurately, yeah, it's page 40 because we have the
Oh,
attached
40. It's so
child
little, I
support.
can't see.
Yeah, we have attached support order, the standard possession order and the under 3 order as well.
Okay, so it's 40 of 40,
Yes,
and you want that as exhibit A.
correct. And I can share my screen if you would like me to.
Yes, that way everybody can see it. So then my next question will be, are there any objections with this document being admitted into evidence?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Tame?
No, ma'am.
All right, states say admit it. And for the calculations of child support, Mr. Galvo, did they include any cost for the dental?
It does not appear so, Your Honor, and I can correct that.
Okay,
And
so can you recalculate giving Mr. Rasmussen, let's just say $15 for dental?
okay. Let me handle it.
While Mr. Galvo is doing that, Ms. Tame, is there anything else you would like to address the court regarding the issues that are before me?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Rasmussen, anything else you would like to address the court that's before me?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so giving credit for the $15 and 2 children in this case, the calculated child support is it went down $1, so $957.
So, Mr. Rasmussen, on your report or your request, just so that I'm clear, were there any other concerns that you needed me to be aware of on the current support that's being calculated?
My concern mainly is just, it is a lot, I do have to provide for my wife and my daughter. I'm also still currently dealing with a situation from my previous marriage, dealing with the IRS. I'm still currently fighting that battle, where I'm trying to stop them from garnishing all of my wages, which is, they take all of my money and I won't be having anything. I'm still in the middle of that. I've been fighting it for, I want to say, almost 4 years now. It's that one, that debt is 50,000 that I have to fight to, I'm pleading with the IRS not to take it because it was something that I didn't do. It was my ex-wife that she had committed while I was deployed and I had no idea what she was doing. That was my only concern. I've been trying to work with them and trying to see if I can come up with a payment plan with them. I do still, have to put my daughter through after school program, and that's close to $500, almost $600 a month at her school. I'm still currently working on bills, paying rent to my father, and it's just a lot of stuff. With times being hard, it's been a difficult time for me. I'm barely staying on my feet with trying to keep up with everything. That's why I'm just asking for a little bit more of a lower amount because of the fact of what I'm dealing with, and the fact that even though I had talked to the military about cutting my orders from going overseas, staying here stateside just so I can be in my daughter's life, I am going to be leaving in the next 2-3 months to a new duty station where I will be requesting to be living on post housing. And that's where they take my BAH and my BAS, because all that goes to the house. So that's everything that I'm dealing with. And I still got to save money for the move when I get ready to leave and get stationed in a new duty station in another state.
Do you know what state that's gonna be?
Not yet. I'm still working with my career counselor. I'm seeing if I can at least be close. It would either be Colorado or Oklahoma if they allow me. I know between both, it would be about 8-hour difference, so I can still make the time to come down here and visit my daughter, and all that stuff. So those are the two that I'm trying to work with on getting stationed at.
Okay. Any other hardship that you feel the court needs to be made aware of?
Just the biggest one is just the IRS. That's the one that I'm real concerned about, because they will take all of my money if I cannot pay them back, which I'm still working on trying to get my name off of it, because that time I was innocent. I didn't do anything. I had no idea what my ex-wife was doing. And all this had happened while I was overseas, doing what I have to do. So I'm trying to fight with them, letting them know it's not fair that I have to pay for something that she did. So that's the only thing I know is living on post. That's going to take my other BAH, my BAS. Those are the two main ones, along with my daughter after school program.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mr. Cobble, what was the BAH and BAS that was calculated total?
Yes, the BAH total.
Right, I'm just trying to figure out some other amounts to consider within the court's discretion.
Sure. So the total for BAH and BAS was $2,285.95.
Okay. Can you please give me the calculated guidelines without that?
The guidelines without that.
While you're doing that, permission to speak?
What did you need to ask or say?
So with the BAH that you had inputted right there, on my LES, I have it here as 1809, $1,809. That's the BAH that I have.
And BAS together?
BAS is the $476.95. Is that the two?
It's where it's combined. Correct.
Oh,
It's
okay.
combined.
Yeah, that's I was confused about that.
Okay. The amount would be, Your Honor, it would be $592 without the BAH and the BAS.
Okay, Mr. Calvo, do you have any recommendations for the court?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommending in terms of the child support to enter and confirm the amounts that are listed inside the non-agreed CSRO as is. While I understand the concerns and issues that Mr. Rasmussen has described, these are all issues that do not excuse or give any deviation factor for the recommended guideline amount. The promise of moving to a new duty station and not finding a house off, we have no way to verify that. So it is possible if we reduce and take away the BAH and BAS right now, and I'm not, and to be clear, the state's not saying that he is lying, but he could find that he's not living on post and he lives outside and he's continuing to receive the BAH and the BAS. So that's a concern the state has, and currently he's having it right now. So once it's in the future, if he does move and he's not receiving them, then theoretically he could qualify for modification, and that could be something that handles that change. Or if the court's so inclined to do that, then the state would recommend that we order the non-agreed CSRO to continue as is for the next 3 months, and then drop down to the recommended amount of $592 beginning in the 4th month thereafter. Or and the state would recommend that we put language in there that says, upon proof of, the relocation and living on post and not receiving the BAH, BAS, then it would reduce to this amount. In all other circumstances, it will continue as the $957 that the state's recommending.
Okay, anything else?
And just to make a determination on the conservatorship, not to get lost in there, because there was an issue on conservatorship. So we recommend the court enter a determination that's in the best interest of the child in that regard.
Okay, thank you, sir. Last words, Ms. Tame?
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
Did you say if I had any?
Did you have
like,
any last words
questions?
before I make my ruling?
No, ma'am.
Alrighty, and Mr. Rasmussen, anything on your end before I make my ruling?
No, ma'am.
Okay, based on the testimony and evidence before this court, I am going to modify the proposed order to appoint both parents to be joint managing conservators with mom as primary. I am going to modify the support. The court does have discretion due to financial hardships. I'm going to order that child support will be at $775. All issues will remain the same. Court costs will be waived or set to 0. Unless there's anything else, that will conclude the hearing.